What's going on, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Fox 35, Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Bergren here on a Monday. Monday. Hello, how are you? How you doing? I got to straighten the tie out here. A little crooked action going on. How's everybody doing? It's 7:30. Hope you had a good weekend. Man, was it hot. Wow, hot. Probably end up being the hottest weekend of the year, to be honest with you. And that heat is going to be a distant memory because now the attention changes from heat to flood. As often happens a lot in Florida, well, listen, weather to begin with is the mean of two extremes. We go from drought to storms. And on that note, let me show you right away what's going on right now. Then we'll hit up some more graphics and talk about what's going to be a very busy week of storms. So we are on YouTube, we are on our Fox Local page, and we are on, I believe we'll be on our Facebook page too, but for right now we are on our YouTube page and on our Fox Local app. So let me talk some weather for you. How you doing? All right, so 7:31. Let's take the radar full so you can see what's cooking here. Now, most spots tonight are going to be dry. The spots that won't be dry are in the green I'm about to highlight. From about I-4 to the Turnpike, Brevard. It's in this green tonight. This is fair game for storms. If you're outside of this for tonight, there's not going to be much. But right now, at the here and right now, this is a big storm. You can see there's a special weather statement in effect for eastern Orange and then northern Brevard County through 8 o'clock. And that special weather statement means that 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts will be occurring. And there's a ton of lightning and some small hail. Now, I don't think we're going to get a severe storm warning at this point because we haven't already. If we were going to, I think we would have by now. But this is the real only storm on the board right now. And this is slowly drifting east. Let me show it to you here. It's just producing tons of rain right over Titusville, Mims, right back towards Christmas. Certainly doesn't feel like Christmas right now outside, I'll tell you that. Lots of rain. Across the Space Center right now, and then over towards Port St. John. So really outside of this one storm there, then a couple little small downpours here closer to the city, right by Dr. Phillips, we're quiet. So we'll keep an eye out if more things form later. But to our south, I want to show you things are starting to get going. We've got big storms near West Palm. And notice this green here. This is a flood watch for South Florida through Thursday morning. That'll get expanded north. That'll get expanded, I think, into parts of our area, certainly. But if you look south into the Keys, let me pull this up full screen for you here, and I will show you what's cooking. This is where all the moisture is. So look down in the Keys and over Cuba. There's a lot of rain building. This is the sign of tropical moisture. Now, we're not expecting a tropical storm, so to speak, to form in the Gulf. That's not going to happen. But all this moisture is getting forced northward and is going to cause a lot of rain over the next couple of days. So that's what's going on right now. Let me give you the survey of the week ahead. So rain chances tomorrow are only about 60%, and I say only in the context of it goes higher Wednesday, Thursday. Today, I think it should have been about 40% for your perspective. So 40 today, 60 tomorrow, 80 Wednesday, Thursday, 70 Friday, 60 Saturday. So the wettest days this week, the best chance of storms and showers will be Wednesday and Thursday. A couple of other things for you here. By the way, give us a like, a heart, a shout out. Let me know where you're watching from. Say something. Hello. How you doing? Michael, what's up, brother? How you doing? Let's see what you said here. Claremont is rating for some rain. Well, you're going to get plenty over the next few days. Now, Claremont's an interesting case. I don't know how much you'll get specifically in Claremont, but we'll go through that in a minute. So here is the lowdown for the week, just right to the point, what you need to know. Nice, cute, simple, big graphic. High chances daily for showers and storms through the weekend. Now, the activity is going to come in waves. It's not going to be every hour. It's not going to be constant. It'll deluge for an hour. It'll stop for 2. It'll deluge for 2 hours, stop for 3. That's kind of the idea for the week, the rest of the week. And 7 in the morning is just as equal fair game as 4 in the afternoon. So this is not the heat of the day, typical, oh, it's Florida, it's going to rain between 3 and 5. It's 9:30 in the morning is just as equal opportunity for rain this week as 4:30 in the afternoon. if that makes sense to you. So activity comes in waves, and there'll be a tropical air mass in place, which means when it rains, it will pour, as we're already seeing tonight. And I want to stress this. I put this in the largest font I could fit into our confines of our TV graphic. The rain amounts will vary immensely across our area. There will be spots that get 7 inches of rain, maybe somewhere that gets 9 inches of rain. And then one county over, you might only get 1/4 of an inch of rain. And I know that sounds kind of like, what? To some of you, but that's how it's going to be. Let me show you the models now. We'll go through that first before we go through the simulated. So first of all, let me take this full and show you. So here is the GFS model through the end of the week. Now, this kind of paints majority of the rain from Brevard to about Collier County. What's up, Tim Davidson? Yes, we need the rain, my friend. We need it, and we're going to get it. Now, a couple of things. There will be a corridor to the south here of Orlando where the rain will be heaviest. That's where the highest will be in the state. Now, it's what happens outside of that bullseye. I don't know. So there's the GFS model, rain through the weekend. Let me show you the European model, give you a different idea here. Notice you're talking 1.5 feet of rain in Fort Myers, and then a razor-sharp cutoff, you see here the green, north of Orlando, from 3 inches to 2 to 1 to, you got skunked, you didn't get anything. There's going to be a razor-sharp cutoff. Now, those are what we call global computer models. They don't allow convection in the models. What does that mean in English? Well, the thunderstorms are a convective thing, right? It's convection. So those models probably are not the most representative of how this is going to play out. So on that note, let me show you our Fox model for rain through the end of the week. And I want you to notice how all over the place it is. In fact, because this is not the confines of TV, so I can really show this exactly how I want to show you. We'll take those numbers off because those are very misleading. So here's the rain through just Friday morning. So not including Friday, just tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. And I'm going to cherry pick a couple of droppers here. And notice, this is up in Marion County. That's 11 inches of rain. Notice over here in Osceola, just pick a random spot, 6.6. Over here by the Space Coast, 4.3. How about here in Seminole County, 2.6. How about Volusia County, Daytona area, 6 inches of rain. Okay, how about eastern Seminole County, 0.78. How about over here in Orange County by the airport, 1. So I know you're like, how can this be that you're forecasting 1 to 15 inches of rain? But that really is that's really what it is. It's going to be this variable. Now look, this is a computer model. It's not gospel. So building off of my point, this bullseye right here of rain, that could easily be over here. The model is seeing it, but it could be placed incorrectly. So my point is, where you see this little stripe here, this blob of 10 to 12 inches of rain, that could be right over the city, for all that I know, for all that any meteorologist knows. We don't know that. But the point here is, the takeaway is that there will be zones that get hit repeatedly tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And in those zones that get hit over and over and over and over again, there could be 6, 8, 10, 11 inches of rain this week. Now, that's going to be a more isolated spot once you get up closer to 11. Let me turn on some towns here so you can see, then we'll hit up the radar again. Let me turn on some towns here. So this is just a computer model, and then notice to our south you see a lot higher likelihood. And to reiterate that for you, what's up, Rebecca from Ormond Beach? You're traveling to Bradenton on Thursday. I'll show you that coming up in the next graphic. How's that sound, Rebecca? I'll get that for you in the next graphic. So putting a bow tie on this rain forecast, there'll be a corridor within this green of, this is where the highest threat is. See how well my freehand drawing is. Highest. This is where the rain risk is highest. South of I-4, Tampa south, Melbourne south, Port St. Lucie, Fort Myers, Naples. In that area, I think it's pretty likely you'll get most spots through this week that get 5 to 15 inches of rain. I know that's a big range, but everybody should fall within that range. And there'll be spots in there where you see that white that could get 20 inches of rain or even 2 feet of rain. Less down by Fort Myers, down here. And then, again, most of Central Florida falls in this zone north of that, where it's going to be dependent on where everything gets placed. And I don't know that. No meteorologist knows that. So let me show you this one more time. There's the latest run of our Fox model. Here it was this morning. Here's a great example. So this is the run of the computer model from this morning. Here it is today. Let's just zoom way in real quick. Look at Orlando. This is the run from right now, this afternoon. Here's the run this morning. So the model changed from this morning. It said, you know what? Orlando's going to get 8 inches of rain through Thursday. This evening, the model says, nope, an inch. That's a huge difference. So that's my point, is that the signal's there that there's going to be these pockets of very heavy rain, significant rain. Where they set up, it's next to impossible to dictate that. Let's go through some mapping, because I know some of you are on here watching and you want to know about how this visually is going to play out. So let me take this full and show you. So here we are this evening, a couple of things. Notice the storms, actually our Fox model, I didn't have to change it tonight. It's actually doing a pretty good job of actually pinpointing that risk tonight. St. Lucie County over towards Brevard County. So these are where there will be storms this evening, is in this circled area that pop up through about midnight, and then they'll fall apart. And then notice tomorrow could have a quick little hitting area of showers in the morning, but I want you to look what goes on to our south. I want you to focus your eyes as I play this in this corridor. And just watch what happens down here. It's like a fire hose tomorrow. Watch. 7 a.m. to look at all of that rain. I mean, this is going to be raining to beat the band. Fort Myers, Naples, Delray Beach, West Palm. And for us tomorrow, it's pretty sporadic. I mean, notice I'll do this tomorrow here, 7 a.m., 8, 9, 10, noon, 1, 2. Notice yeah, there's some stuff tomorrow, but it's not a ton. The majority of the stuff tomorrow is to our south, which is why tomorrow I've lowered the rain chance. Notice it's really all to our south. Going into Wednesday, the front that's causing this is going to lift. Change that color because I feel like the green is blending in with the mapping here. Let's make it, I tell you what, let's make it pink. We'll make it a little thicker so you can see it easier. So Wednesday, that front is going to move further north. So the corridor of rain Tuesday is like down here. Wednesday it comes up here, and you'll see exactly what I mean right now. So notice, here's Wednesday. Notice a couple of showers, downpours in the morning, but the majority of the activity is in the afternoon. Notice how, look at this right here at 3 o'clock. Everything is kind of focused along this boundary. There's storms on either side of it, and these will be tropical downpours with lots of lightning. Now, something I haven't mentioned yet is along the beaches. There could be water spouts and tornadoes. Now, the chances of that are low, but there's enough of wind up in the atmosphere blowing like this, with a little bit of a sea breeze on either coast, right near the ground, that it would not be a shock to me at all if we had a couple of tornado warnings on the beaches on either coast Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Not really tomorrow, but Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that's something else we're going to keep an eye out for as well. But notice here's Wednesday at 3, tropical downpours and waves. And then see, you get several hours of dry time. And Thursday we reload the cannon and we go off again here. Fire everything off again. Here's 10 a.m., 12, 2, 4. I mean, look, just look at 4 o'clock Thursday. It's torrential raining in Melbourne, and the sun is out in eastern Marion County. So there's a huge variance, you know, based on where you are. Higher rain totals further south overall, lower totals further north. But again, everybody's fair game for all this activity. And then Thursday night, kind of a little break, and then we'll recharge and we'll do everything again on Friday. So let me know where you're watching from. Give us a comment, please, a shout out. How are you doing? Hello, Carol from Palm Bay. How are you doing tonight on a Monday? Carol on here. And we are going to take a quick, short break on our Fox Local app. If you're streaming us on our TV app, I will see you back here in about 2 minutes. For the rest of you on YouTube and I believe our Facebook page, keep watching and we'll see you here. We'll keep talking to you, but we'll see you back on our Fox Local platform in about 2 minutes. All right, so let me go back to the radar. Right now, it's 7:45. Those of you still here on our YouTube and our Fox Facebook page, 35 Orlando. Notice we've got a big storm here near Titusville. Tons of lightning back towards, and now this little downpour extends back towards UCF. I think we got a comment coming in from Mark. How's my 7 a.m. tea time in Clearmont looking? Mark. Tomorrow? When? Tomorrow? If it's tomorrow, I mean, you might get a downpour passing, Mark, but I think tomorrow you'll be all right. Wednesday, Thursday, different story. You're probably going to be wet more times than you're dry during your round of golf. Let's take you on some cameras here. I've got all the cameras pulled up. We have a vast array of weather cameras. Here's the view from Port Canaveral, which this needs to be moved. Let me spin this around here real quick for you. So this is looking towards the marina, but if I spin this, this is looking northwest. Yeah, the other way. There you see some of those clouds from offshore. Look at this big thunderstorm here. I mean, huge towering cumulonimbus clouds. This is looking the other direction now towards the south. You see those downpours out there. I was actually just out there this weekend. I was at Cocoa Beach Saturday and Saturday night. It was very nice. Beach was packed Saturday, I tell you that. So perfect beach day. Speaking of Cocoa Beach, I actually witnessed my first shark attack. I was trying to get video of it for Fox 35 Orlando, and I was trying to get the woman who got video of it, but she took off before I could get the video because I was in my beach chair. But a shark swam a 8-foot shark swam all the way right to the sand, and it bit a snook in half right in front of people. I mean, there were kids swimming. It was a whole scene. I could not believe that the shark did not go after people. It bit the fish in half. It did a whole thing, you know, and the shark was violent in the water, splashing. It bit half the fish, very shallow water, then boom, went right back out and left everybody alone. So that was kind of an experience for me at the beach on Saturday, I tell you that. All right, so it's 7:47. We'll be welcoming back some people on our Fox Local app coming up in a second. We're starting to rain in Edgewater, Greg. Thank you for that. So you can see where it's rained and it hasn't rained. It's in the 90s where it hasn't rained. It's just 79 in Cocoa Beach and Melbourne. And where it hasn't rained, it still feels hot. It's 100 in Orlando and Kissimmee. There's the view one more time from Port Canaveral. But if you're just joining us, just let me give you a quick recap. If you missed the first little while of watching, this evening it's the areas in green. Fair game for some sporadic downpours, lightning, thunderstorms. Severe weather, very minuscule chance. Not worried about that for tonight, to be honest. So that's tonight, but to rehash the rest of the week, high chances daily for showers and storms. It's not going to rain every hour. Activity will come in waves with dry periods mixed in. Now with the tropical air mass in place, when it rains, it will absolutely pour, but the rain amounts will vary, as I have preached extensively now, greatly across area. This is not a tropical storm or a hurricane hitting Florida where it's very easy to go, yep, the whole area is getting 6 to 10 inches of rain. Not the case at this point. There could be, even within one county, like we'll just take Seminole County, Sanford could get 6 inches of rain and Lake Murray could get 1. The spread in that small of a distance will actually be quite like that. Watching from the Villages, Lisa, what's up? How you doing? How are you doing? Let me show you an update on the tropics quick while I have you on here, because there's a few things I want to mention to you there. So right now, let me pull this up while I pull that up. Let me pull up our computer graphic in here for you. I've got it made for you. So right now, there's no activity in the tropics, but this may be changing shortly, and I will have to go tell the newsroom this, because this has changed in the last 2 hours. Let me show you our computer modeling. So let me pull this up for you because I can show this to you here. So what we're looking at is the activity that's going to cause the storms over Florida tonight, through Thursday and Friday. There's a little piece of energy. It's going to cross the state and go out into the Atlantic. Well, what happens after that is interesting. So here's the probability of a tropical storm forming from the European model. And I want you to notice this is through Sunday. look at this little stripe here off the coast. Notice how it goes away from Florida. This is through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Look at the yellow. That's a 50% probability of a tropical storm forming. And I actually buy this. This is the European model. And I think we will see from the Hurricane Center tonight or tomorrow a little yellow blob put off the East Coast for later this week. Now, this is not going to impact Florida. It's not going to impact the Carolinas. It's not going to impact Bermuda. It's going to be moving away from Florida once this energy crosses the peninsula. But late this week into this weekend, it would not shock me if we end up with, briefly, Alberto, which is overdue. Tropical storm Alberto. In terms of a hurricane, 0. No probability of that. Tropical depression, 60%. Tropical storm, about 50 as of right now. Now, in the Gulf, it's interesting. We'll take this out further. I want you to look down here towards, this is next week now. This is a week from today. Look at this red down here. That's a separate system that may try to gather in the Bay of Campeche. That's going to be something we have to watch big picture. Probability of a tropical depression or a storm is pretty high, actually, at least in the modeling for next week. That does not look like, even if it did in reality form, it would come towards Florida, but just showing you that right now the tropics are quiet. But I do think we will see some changes to that outlook graphic starting at the earliest tonight, or more likely tomorrow or the next day. So one more time, the live radar here, 7:51. Here's a loop over the last 30 minutes. You see a couple of downpours near Disney, a couple of downpours right over Orlando. The UCF campus seeing some downpours and some vivid lightning. These are producing very heavy rain. In fact, look at the rain that's already fallen. Let me show you this. So this is the rain just over the last 3 hours. Check this out, guys. Let me take this full so you can see it. Look at this. Right here in the Titusville area, look at the yellow. This is already tonight. We've already got 2.5 inches of rain. 1.34 Titusville, 2 inches in Christmas. So you notice these storms in a very short period of time already produced a lot of rain. And as we go forward the rest of the week, we're going to have a lot of these storms that somewhere could easily get 8 to 10 inches of rain this week. I may have to lightly water my garden now. Christina, Mama Nature's going to do a lot of this for you, I really do think. So here is the extended forecast for you through the end of the week. Let me show this to you here. We'll put this up, the 7-day. The rainy season has officially arrived, I tell you that. We're in the mid-80s all week. Wednesday night, U.S. men's soccer takes on Brazil. I assume that would be in Orlando. I would say that there's a pretty good chance there's going to be lightning delays for that, Tommy. I would say there's a pretty good chance Wednesday night there'll be some kind of delay or impact. There will be a ton of storms around Wednesday evening, so if the storms happen to miss the game entirely, it would be good fortune, because there will be a lot of storms with a lot of lightning on the radar Wednesday evening. But there's the forecast, again, to put a nice little bow tie and everything for you. Tomorrow, chances at 60%. Today it was about 40. Wednesday, Thursday, it's 80. So we ramp up the chances the next few days. They're highest Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Coming down, though, for the weekend. So the weekend does not look nearly as unsettled or wet as the next several days look. Still about 40%, but that's much more isolated than 80% will end up being for Florida. And if you missed any chance of hail, yes, there could be some hail, but probably not a lot. So if you missed the modeling earlier, here it is one more time. Here's our Fox model for the rain. What we're talking about, this is not a tropical system. It's just a front with waves of repeat downpours and storms. The white is 15 inches. The purple is 6. The yellow is 2. The green is 1/2 to 2. And notice central to south central Florida gets hammered with spots over 1 foot of rain easily just through Friday. Whereas central and north central Florida, it's a lot more hit and miss. You know, it's going to be based on where the storms are. But certainly there's going to be spots that do get a lot of rain this week. So we'll have updates and coverage for you tonight on the News Edge starting at 8 o'clock, which is in 6 minutes. Also on the news at 10 and 11. I'll talk to you more, and I'll see you back tomorrow Jessica Dobson's in tomorrow morning. Start off your morning with her on Good Day Orlando. She'll be seeing you then.